Check a 1 2 check check. All right, how do we do this felt stuff? Or if you create npx sv create. Actually, just create a new folder. Idle game. Current prompt. Idle game. I keep doing that the same 5 things over and over again. But we'll see. npx sv create. Oh, now I can just use v as well. Would you like to use your project? Yes. Svelte. I don't want to use Svelte kit. I just want to use normal Svelte. That's like, I'm following the tutorial. Let's do minimal. I am not using TypeScript. I want to use prettier. I think that's it. npm. All right. npm dev dash. All right, there's that. There is that. I was using a Svelte kit though. I really don't want to use Svelte kit. I might just do Vite. Yeah, let me just do it with Vite. Reset this again. Current projects. Desktop. Idle game. Oh. What is it? npm Vite at latest. Why do you do Vite? get started. I'll just call it Sveltte idle. I hate that out. You can't do like camel case. Sveltte idle. Alright, Sveltte. JavaScript. cd Sveltte. npm I. npm run dev. Okay. I should be in just a Svelte environment now. Source, app.svelte. Alright, we should be a Gucci. I probably need to put like tags and stuff on my live stream. Alright, check 1 2, check. Svelte idle. Alright, they can hear me. Just put this there, I don't really care. Okay. You'll need to do basic Svelte. Alright. Component that just renders some static markup is some data. Add a script tag. First of all, let me just go ahead and remove this. See, the only thing I just don't like how everything is in one freaking file, I guess. I just kind of like public, that's where I like how everything is just kind of modularized, I guess. It just looks weird having everything all in one file, but I know that's just kind of how it is. Let's just do a simple idle game. And then I'll have, I don't know, the component. The game component, or I don't know, clicker, whatever. Alright, add a component that just renders. Let's see, Svelte application is composed of one or more component. Component is reusable, is written in a .svelte. The app.svelte file open in the coder is a single component, So probably in my library. Is it like, I guess it would be good to go back and see how they did it. I know how it's in React. Alright, so it is with a capital. And then it's just like React, you import the custom, okay. So let me just do, I guess essentially it would just be a counter, but I'll just build it again. Counter.svelte, as a script. Now, I'll do a section, and then the style. All right. I'll do let count equals 0. Okay. Do I have to export that? Here, I'll just follow. It'll probably show me about it. I'll just follow it in this. Because I've deleted all of this. I'll just do let count equals 0. Okay, and then I'll just do H1 click button for count. Alright, I'll do a button. I think I've messed with it a little bit on how you attach, but then I'll just do a paragraph that shows the count. Oh, I don't even have to do that. It's just that, like. You do JavaScript. Dynamic attributes. Just like you can use curly brackets to control text, you can use them. And so yeah, I guess I'll just kind of practice that still. Image. A mouse being clicked on. Let's find an image. Clicking mouse. Very simple. Styling, you just put it in the style sheet. Importantly, these rules are scoped to the component. You want, yeah, I like that, how it's scoped to the component, how it is compared to other. Nested components. It'd be impractical to put your add a script tag to the top of apps.svelte. Yeah, so I just, for example, yeah, so counter will just be a section with the button, click me. I can put the style in it if I want to. I guess I need the script to keep up with the count equals 0. Import counter, okay. Alright, so then, okay, yep. Ordinary strings are inserted as plain text. Sometimes you need to render HTML directly into a component. For example, the words you are reading right now exist. In Svelte, you can just add. So yeah, for example, HTML. Okay, so yeah, let's just say a string, and say the string had so that is rendering. So at HTML renders HTML in a string. Alright, state. I think this is. I'm not sure if this deals with the runes or anything. So yeah, here, so just like in React. Make the count declaration reactive by wrapping the value with a state. Okay, so that is a rune. It's how you tell this far, but they're not. Count is an ordinary variable. Runes look like functions, but they're not. Yes, then I'll create a function. Increment let's do count plus plus. Alright, and then add on click. Okay. See, and that's one thing I don't know. Maybe that's just me with like doing a lot of stuff in JavaScript, but I just like adding an event listener. I don't like having to attach my JavaScript onto a button, because then I don't know. It's like you only can add it once versus a on click, but you can have multiple instances of an event listener, maybe, if you needed it. Like I said, I don't know, maybe you can do it on hover or whatever, but that works. I don't know if can you I mean, they're probably gonna tell me, but then next thing I would want, let's just say, so the counter increases the count, and then I want some sort of like a store to buy upgrades for now, which would then go back into my counter. So it might be best to have like that wrapped in something separate. Yep. Deep state we saw in previous, but this reacts to reassigns, but also reacts to mutations. We can call deep state reactivity to make numbers a reactive. Now add numbers. Here, I'll just do it in here just so I can practice with it. Okay. Number. So I'm adding numbers to the end. Numbers dot length. Well, I guess if I'm doing oh no, equals. Can I just yeah. Alright, we got it. How does that say? I was getting a better approach to the street to push it. Bum-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum. So yeah, I can just do numbers dot push. If I wanted to add it, then I would just do numbers dot length plus 1 without adding. Oops. Now can I attach? I guess I can't. Let's do another button. Increase array, and then on click, add number. Alright, and then they had it where it's just what dot join. So I guess it takes it. Right. I'll just take that off. Deep reactivity is implemented using proxies and mutations of the proxy. That's interesting. I'll have to look into that. Proxy object allows you to create an object that can be used in place of the original object. Yeah, I like how. Alright. Derived state. Often you'll need a derived state from other state. For this, we have the derived rune. Like RuneScape, we got all these runes. So derive, it uses state from another state. So derive uses state from other state. Yeah, so I'm holding state, I guess, based off of something else. So yeah, const, or their example, total equals derived, and this is be, yeah, so like numbers dot reduce. I'll just do A for accumulators, C for current. A plus C. How am I doing that? Nope, that is how I do it. That's that. So then I got A, C. There we go. A plus C. That's one thing I don't like about. Sometimes a small window makes it hard to see the stuff. So it'd be what? So let's see. Const total equals at derived, and inside of here is my numbers dot reduce. Accumulator current A plus C, and then the initial value is 0. There we go. I'll take that off. So then add number. I don't want to show numbers. I want to show the total. Yep. Okay. The expression inside the derived will be reevaluated whenever its dependencies, in this case, are updated, just like normal state is read only. I guess, I don't know, it's not like a use state. Like, why would you, I don't know. I'm still figuring this stuff. No, this is not super interesting. So track the value of a piece of state over time inside the add number function. It's just saying we can use a snapshot to so state dot snapshot click the button and open the console, you'll see a warning message saying it cannot be cloned. That's because number is a reactive proxy. There are a couple of things we can do. First, we can create a non-reactive snapshot. Non-reactive snapshot. Alternatively, we can use the inspect rune to automatically log a snapshot of the state. Whenever it changes, this code will automatically be stripped out of your production build. Inspect. So you got okay, take it out of the function. Or you can do inspect. Inspect numbers. Oop, not curly brackets. Update. I kind of like, yeah, I kind of like that. It shows that. That's interesting. Dot with. What's it? So console.trace. You can customize how the information is displayed by using. You can use it to see where the state change originated from. That is kind of good. So add number is showing where it's changing. I kind of like that. So then with trace showing what changed the state. Effects. Okay. Not only state is one of your activity if something is reacting to it, otherwise it's just sparkling. The thing that reacts is called an effect. You already know counter effects. You can also create your own with the effect rune. Most of the time you shouldn't. Effect is best thought of an escape hatch rather than something you use frequently. If you can put your side effects in an event handler, for example, that's always preferable. Alright, here we go. This is actually something that works is for me. Alright, so let's say you want to use set interval to keep track of how long the component has been mounted. Okay, create an effect. At effect function. I'll just do count plus sure. And then the interval count cons what's it not like? Effect. Double. Alright. Function. Set interval. Another function. what if I did it? So okay, so you want to keep track of how long it's been mounted. Click the speed up button a few times and notice that the elapsed takes up faster because we're calling set interval each time interval gets smaller. If we click the slow down button, well, it doesn't work because we're not clearing out the old interval. Yeah, that's just because you gotta set an ID. Yes, this is pretty much just the same thing as like a use effect, I guess. The cleanup function is called immediately before the effect. If the effect doesn't read any state when it runs. So what if I, so state, well that's to say that's, I would say that's, sure. Let's do like a timer equals 0. Let's say, I don't know. So what is, oops, let's just say the timer. I still don't know, I want to increase count still. I don't know if that's adding to it. I guess let's just do timer's updated, but it's not declared with state. Changing its, oh, okay, that's why. Does this need to be a state as well? This reference only captures the initial value of timer. Did you mean to? Interval I mean, what? I guess wouldn't this be like a derived then? Because I'm getting this based off of a number. So 1,000 minus timer times 50. Is that not working the way I think it is? So it's setting the interval. And then it's clearing it. There we go. So let's see. So if I did, what's 300? So that should be 2. Okay, yeah. Then couldn't I just do, I could do like a, can you put like logic in a derive? So if timer is less than 200, okay, I want to do that. Else, I want timer to stay at 200. Let me just do like another, can I just do P interval. I guess it'd probably be like a, would it be a function then? So Isn't that like just... But what? Shouldn't that stop it at... There's probably something I'm missing. Now that is kind of doing... But see, it's, I don't know. It's stopping the interval. So I guess technically it's not. So yeah, ideally you'd want some sort of animation frame. Universal reactivity. Let's see. If you can put your side effects in an event handler, for example, that's always most preferable. As we've briefly seen already, you can listen to any DOM event. Yeah, so... Alright. Universal reactivity. In the preceding exercise, we use runes to add reactivity inside components, but we can also use runes outside components. For example, to share some global state. The counter component isn't this shared. Okay. Let me just practice that. Shared. This is a JavaScript file that is just, I guess, going to be changing, I assume. The counter component isn't all importing, but it's normal. It's a normal object. And such, nothing happens when you click the buttons. Wrap the object in state. But wouldn't it have to be a Svellte file to do that? Shared.svelte.js. Then update the import. This causes is because you cannot use runes in normal files. Only .svelte.js files. Let's fix that. So I guess I could just maybe import, I guess, the JavaScript and Svelte into one file. then if I put it in here, import what did I break? Oh. Yeah, so then couldn't I just do import Okay, so yeah, that's how you could do that. I don't know if this is working, this ternary switch, so I'll just keep it back to like this. We can also, for example, just share some global state. But it's not. Now when you click any button, all three, you cannot export a state declaration from a module if the declaration is signed. So then would it, I guess, wouldn't you just want it like this then? I don't know, like I feel like, I'm coming at this from a React point of view, because that's where I mainly know, but then it's like, wouldn't you just want to kind of do that with your components that are going to be sharing? So then was that going to show me where? Well, I guess would it be counter dot count? Yeah, well, I guess I don't know where I would do that. Inspect. Maybe I would put it inside of here. Okay, so yeah, I need to put it in here because that's what's changing that. Okay. Okay. You cannot export a state declaration from a module if the declaration is reassigned. So far, we've dealt exclusively with internal state. That is to say, the values are only accessible within a given component. In real applications, you'll need to pass data from 1 down to 2. To do that, we need to declare properties. In general, shorthanded props. In Svelte, we do that with the props rune. Edit. Okay. So in my example, then probably so here I can just do, let me do like this then, and for my store dot svelte. What is, I guess, what's legacy? What's I'm not sure. So what if I had, so this would be like, I don't know, yeah, a div. Okay. I guess I do a span. I'll just do that for now. Store. So then here. Let's give that a different style. I guess because it's not display block. I'm dumb. I'll just turn this into a paragraph. We'll just do it like that for now. So then what can I just do something like shared? Then wouldn't I want this, let's just say for example this would be just like game state. I need to learn more of these. Control F2. Oops. Game state. Alright, so then what if I say like count, so then this would be just like We'll say I guess I like the idea of over time you're getting more base, so the interval just increases. Well then, no, because then that's yeah. I'll just do increases. We'll say value, sure. Value starts at 1. So then it'll just be every second. No. Value, okay. What's the game state dot count plus equals the value? Game state dot value. And here I could probably just destructure that. So right now it's not gonna go up anywhere. But if I click it, we'll do incrementing the timer. So if I click it, then I want game state dot count to go up. Alright, so then I want to be when I get 50, and I click that, it adds to my value, so sure. So store script, so then it'd be function add to value. So import but then I guess it'll just turn into I'm just adding game state from everything. I don't know. So game state dot value plus plus. We'll say if game state dot value or count is greater than or equal to 50, then I want the game state dot count to subtract by 50. It's gonna be like, ooh, put this on a button. So now I can click it, boom, I bought it. I can buy more, so that now it's going to increase by 2 each time. So now it's going to be by 3. So then, yeah. That's how that would work. And then eventually I could just, let's see. It's going up by more. And then eventually I can maybe do it where it changes the interval. So that'd be neat. So now it's going up by 13 a time. But yeah, I don't know if it's best to do it this way, because with, I guess, maybe pass down the prop. I don't know. Yeah, so that's gonna do that thing. And then, all right. So far we've declared, and real. You want the. Yeah, so I guess ideally, yeah, I would have a game prop, and inside that game prop, it could hold the data, and it just passes down the props. You will need to pass down data. Edit the nested.svelte. There is no nested.svelte on this page. Here, let me just create a game. Game.svelte. I guess I would need a. Yeah, all that's in a script, so. So that's doing the same thing exactly, but now inside of here, I'd probably just want to put I think we're gonna get off for now and work on this a little bit and come back when I maybe have learned a little bit more.